On September 1st, 2011, New Jersey passed the toughest bullying law in the country. The issue of bullying has always been a problem, but more so now than ever, with new ways of taunting and teasing such as cyberbullying. The state hopes that school officials will now be on the side of victims. School officials try to make classes disciplined environments. Therefore, they must comply with the state's new policy on harassment, intimidation, and bullying. Have you ever witnessed or been a part of any bullying?
Yes, I've been on the bullied side, actually. I wasn't always as big as I am now, but you know what? It's not the best feeling being bullied, but I could see from the bully side why he wants to bully kids, but it's not right.
Do you think bullying has been a problem in our school?
Yes, bullying is a very, very, very serious issue, and no one should be deserved to be treated like that. So,
Cyberbullying is a main focus of the school and state. 80% of cyberbullying happens from ladies. This new form of bullying has been more popular because of sites like Facebook, where it is easy for students to harass others. Students recently attended an assembly that talked about the effects of cyberbullying and the stress of its victims.
I've been doing my cyberbullying program for about 11 years now, and what makes it a lot different than other presentations out there or other experts out there is that I get to speak one-on-one with the students. So I hear directly what's going on in the schools, what's working in the schools. Then I get to take that information and I get to provide it to law enforcement officers because I train a lot of DARE officers. I also get to provide it to parents because I train a lot of parents. So I'm able to open that line of communication a lot easier between all parties involved, from parents to students to law enforcement officers.
What's being done here to help prevent bullying?
This week we had the Keith Dunn presentation for freshmen and sophomores, and we are also having the junior class and the senior class will also see him. So we are doing presentations. Some of the clubs will also be doing activities that will address anti-bullying and school violence awareness. So I think a lot of the different groups will be impacted through that.
Keith Dunn was a speaker at the recent bullying assembly. He was a favorite among students and really left a big impact on the minds of Passaic Valley students. His points to be nicer and stop harassment were heard in a way better than students have ever heard before.
I can only hope that students change by leaving my presentation. I know that it works. It works for a lot of students, and I know that because I'll go home and I'll have Facebook messages and emails from students saying, wow, thank you for your presentation, it was amazing, and I heard people talking now, I don't really hear them talking anymore, and it's really died down. So I know for a fact that my program is helping a number of students. Will everyone come out and say, wow, we should all just stop cyberbullying? And I wish that would happen, but it's reality and I'm a realist, and it's not going to happen. But to be able to walk out of a school and get 30 emails from juniors and freshmen and sophomore about my program and what an impact I made. I mean, specifically from Passaic Valley, I had more messages saying, you inspired me to stop doing that, and you inspired me to do this. And I always thought my program was dynamic and funny and educating, and I never really thought that it was that inspiring, but apparently I inspired a lot of students at Passaic Valley, so I'm extremely happy about that.
Kids are just different. Like, there is like a really big difference in the school, and I think the kids that do the bullying are making the separation even worse because they're like reminding the kids that they're not like them.
Students are expected to have self-control and have respect towards others in and out of school. The new law expects those who violate it to accept responsibility and consequences for their actions. What's your opinion on the new law?
I think it means well. I'm a little worried that one issue is bullying. I'd really like to have a chance to save people from stop bullying rather than label them as a bully. But it seems that one issue is you could be a bully. In the past, I might say, hey Sam, I heard you doing this, cut the garbage. And 95% of the time, they were cutting the garbage. So we don't get that shot to help the kids be labeled a bully. I know it means well, but that's the one part I don't like about it. But I hope, as you asked me before, I hope the kids will be more sensitive. We just had Mr. Dunn here. I hope they'll be more positive with each other.
I love the new law in New Jersey. I actually helped create a couple laws in New Jersey when it came to predators and protecting children online. I love the fact that New Jersey really stepped up to the plate a lot faster than really any other state in the country. I mean, I travel all around the country, and states are not as up to date with their laws as far as technology and cyberbullying and stuff like that. So New Jersey did a really good law. I think it's putting into place is great. Now what we need to do with that law is we need to bring people in, say like me, to really teach that law in a way that the students will understand in a fun, educating, yet interactive and dynamic, engaging way.
Many things have led to New Jersey creating this law, such as the story of the Rutgers student Tyler Clementi, who just last year took his own life after his roommate allegedly used a webcam to spy on his intimate encounter with another man. Dunn's mission is to help prevent occurrences like this from happening. Students will now hopefully think before they act because of the more severe consequences.
The main thing I want the students to learn from my program is that they need to understand that what they're saying and damaging things that they're doing actually causes a physical reaction in somebody's body. You know, causes a high level of cortisol chemical in their body, a high level of stress, and you're really literally killing each other. And if you knew as a bully what you were doing or how it really affected that other person, it might make you change your mind. And a lot of bullies today think that they're not doing anything wrong. They're just having fun, and literally they're killing each other. So I try to tell the students that it's not good to do that. Be a leader instead of a follower, and it's a lot harder to be a leader, but the reward is much greater.
New Jersey hopes that the reports of harassment, intimidation, and bullying will soon lower. Students and school officials both agree that the Keith Dunn presentation was an influential tool towards helping students realize their actions. Justin Rivera, PVTV.